Welcome. This is Black Lodge Trivia Night. And this is going to be part 14 of our Darklands run. I don't know if anybody's going to be checking this out on Twitch, but there's always the backup that goes up on YouTube at some point as a Let's Play. So, hold on one second. I'm going to pop my drink. Last time we failed to hunt down some of the Satanists. We decided maybe to take a look at another mine quest. If you were here like for earlier ones, again, they're all over on YouTube. This is the only second time I've tried doing it on Twitch. I tried a mine very early on, and it did not go well. So let's see what the last one was. 23. I think it was this one. So let's load this one up. But what we did is we got a thing telling us outside of Aachen, there was trouble with the mine. So I think we are here in Aachen. Let me just double check. South of Kempen. Kempen is close to Aachen. Here, I can show you on the actual map real quick. Let me pull that up. So let's try to get over here. We're trying to get to Aachen, and we are in Kempen. So, actually, we might have overshot it. So we need to cut southwest. And hopefully it won't be too bad to get over there. So, I thought this was Aachen. It's not. So let's, oh no, this is Aachen. I wonder why it's telling me. So since we're here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the gate in broad daylight. I'm going to do what I did last time, which is to try and talk my way through just to use skills and hopefully get a bump to them. I don't think I did it. Let me see if I can get some sneaking practice in. There we go. Streetwise, 24 to 25. I didn't get in, but it looks like at least it gave me the bump for giving it a shot. So we're just going to go in broad daylight. We're going to pay the toll since we didn't have any success getting in. Since we're here, what I'm going to do is we're all healed up. But what I'd like to do, because I can't remember if I did this last time, I want to... Trying to think. I'm nervous that... let me see. I'm a little nervous that we're getting double audio. Like an echo. Let me try muting that. Okay. Still kind of new to this, so I apologize. Hopefully we're going to get game audio and my voice. Let me see. So let's head up to the Spire of the Churches and just make sure we have checked any... What am I looking at? Oh, hey, Matt. Sorry, I just saw History on the Table jump in. I saw you were playing... It looked like the Battles of the American Revolution earlier with Bill. So hopefully that was good. That is a series. I know this is an RPG thing, but a lot of the people I know and people that I do Black Lodge Trivia Night with, we all sort of got to know each other through wargaming. And Battles of the American Revolution is a system I've always wanted to check out. It's pretty lightweight. Tends to be a lot of like reasonably sized, like one mapper kind of things. So anyway, let's go to where the monks study law and see about... Since the Saints are grayed out, I'm going to assume that we already did that. So you know what? Let's screw this and let's just go to the mines and see how it goes. Let's see. Main gates out of the city. We're going to simply walk right past them and let's give this a shot. Do a quick save just to be paranoid. 11, 12, 23. It is now... what time is it? 22, 20... Oh, 22... 22. Hopefully I've got the mix right again. I tried to remember what I did last time. Okay. The mine of Morris Net is a cluster of shacks. Despite the squalid look, miners are highly skilled professionals. They live here only when hard at work, not year-round. But no work is going on now. About 20 miners come out and look at you. One steps over to talk. I am Arnold Weil, the head miner. Have you come to help us, he says. What is wrong? Asks Sighard. He replies, for years, we have worked this mine. We knew about the knockers, elves of the mines, and often heard them rapping at tunnel walls. We rarely saw them, however. The miner continues, some said that the knockers rapped at the walls to warn us of cave-ins or coal gasp. Others said they rapped to tempt us into danger. Perhaps they did both at different times, but we always left bread, milk, and beer for them. We wanted no trouble. Now they war on us. We have seen them hobbling on stunted legs. They chatter with rage and cast evil spells. We must close the mine, but we know no other trade, own no other mine. Our wives and little children will certainly starve. Can you help? You think it over, then agree to do what you can. You look over the miners' pathetic shacks. The miner spokesman looks at you expectantly. You decide to... Yo, can you hook me up? Do they have... Again, I'm always looking for... I don't need the bases. I need the zinc whatever. And they do not... Orpiment, though, is I think something I needed at one point. So let me purchase some of that for Sigrun, because she's my alchemist. So let's purchase. What do I got? Got 67 fenning, so let's just... I got one. Great. Okay. So let's enter the mines. The reason why I'm so broke, if you remember from the last time, I realized that I sold off my very expensive armor. I said it was plate. I don't know if it was actually plate, but it was definitely thousands of fennings worth of armor, and I accidentally sold it. So I spent a lot of time walking around buck naked, etc., etc. Pantsless may have been one state of dress I occupied for a while. So if you missed how this works in earlier, like I said, right off the bat, I tried to do a mine and it went very poorly. So the way it works is when you enter a mine, you enter into quote unquote battle mode right from the get-go. We can travel as a group, which makes things a little easier, but it's real time with pause, and you just sort of have to inch your way through a little bit of fog of war. As you can see, it gets revealed. As soon as that happens, that means you are in battle. Now, let's see if it'll let me. I think the last two are up front. So let's get them going, and then we can get one. Basically, you have to make room. Now, last time, part of the problem is that I did not have any healing potions. Now I have 3, which is not a lot, but I'm hoping... I don't know what I'm hoping. Because what happened with the last one wasn't that I couldn't get to the bottom. I mean, it was sloppy. But I was like sort of cheesing it. I'd sort of do what I had to do. Leave, heal up, come back, because it stayed clear. The fog of war didn't stay marked, but the enemies themselves were dead. But I'm sort of rambling on. The main thing to remember is that there's basically 3 types of stories you can do in a mine. Sigrun took a little bit of damage to her actual strength, so that's not great, but what are you going to do? Maybe she can heal up as we travel around. And one of the ways you can tell what the quote-unquote story of the mine is that you've encountered is by the enemies you encounter on level 1. I don't know if bears are definitive enough on their own to tell. You're going to see some of the pathfinding at work here. God damn it, just somebody move. Okay, so now we're going to have to move individually. Nope. How do we move individually? Single file. Okay. Will that work? Hopefully that'll let me get through some of these things a little cleaner. But you know what you can do is you can look it up in the clue book if you want. Like I was saying last stream, if you were here or if you watched it on YouTube. This is my original book, and I went into this on the YouTube ones a long time ago. It came with the patch disc, because I might have mentioned at some point that the game actually had like a game destroying save game bug. Like you potentially could not finish the game, and it led to a lot of people returning the game and causing the sort of financial ruin of the franchise. So there are basically three kinds of stories. There's a megalomaniac dwarf, the Dark Gate, or the Dwarf Kobold War. The first one I was dealing with, I think, was the Dwarf Kobold War. So anyway, if you encounter bears, kobolds, and or dwarves on the first level, you might be doing the megalomaniac dwarf. We're not doing the Dark Gate, I don't think. And we could be doing the Dwarf Kobold War. So what ended up happening with the first one was I got to the final room eventually. I mean, it took forever and was sort of tedious, but I eventually got there and I could not sort of finish the fight. There was something that was causing it to like respawn like endless kobolds, I think. And I could not, I don't know if I couldn't keep up. Like I would kill sort of the main sorcerer or whatever that was, seemed to be running the show, but they just kept coming. So when you're near a chest, you can open the chest, you can pick a lock. There doesn't seem to be something though that's literally, search for trap. Like, in the old Baldur's Gate, Bard's Tale game, you could at least search for a trap to see if the chest was going to give you a problem. But here, we can't do that. Nope. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to have Sighard get a little closer. I'm not sure why it's... not saying he's near a chest anymore. Okay. Not sure he could be any closer to being near the chest. So you might be asking yourself, Art, is this emasculating? And the answer is yes. Yes, it is. Because goddamn, somebody just opened the goddamn chest. Let's see. Henri, give me a little sugar here. No. 2, open. I'm not sure what needs to happen for me to open this chest. All right. Sighard, Q, travel individually, 1, open. No. Okay, so let's get everybody away from the chest. Let's now travel individually. Let's get 1 back in the game. I'm not sure what he needs to do to open that chest, but... So according to the card, opening a chest is O. If it's picking a lock, it's not telling me that the chest is locked. It's giving me no feedback whatsoever. So let's see. I think, is Henri my artifice? No, definitely not. Sigrun's got a 31 going on, but I thought... Okay, it's Sigrun. Okay. Let's get Sigrun to the plate. She's number 3. Let's see if she can pick the lock, if nothing else. Nope, it's not doing anything. Since we have to keep choosing Sigrun to get her to act, it's not like it remembers who you've just moved. And every time you choose somebody, it pauses the game. Now, when I give the order to open the chest, I actually don't even care that much. It's probably something I should care about, but holy cow. All right. So we're going to keep exploring the rest of the level. I was sort of debating what to do. I had sort of had an idea of something, I was mentioning last stream that usually we record on Thursdays and I stream because some stuff had come up. And I was trying to think of something that maybe could fill in for next Friday's Black Lodge Trivia Night. And I was going to do it tonight, but I got supremely lazy and probably had too many glasses of wine or whatever, and just didn't feel like tackling something quite as strenuous. So instead, I thought I would jump in a little bit more here, see if I could make some progress on this mine, see how far I could get. What I should probably do is save. Whoop, can I save? There we go. I don't know if other states have this. We just, in New Jersey, okay, a bear, okay. We just had our November break. Where basically all the schools shut down for a week. And it was nice. A lot of places, I think, don't quote me on this, but I've heard that places like Disney World unofficially call this Jersey Week because so many people kind of make the trip. So everybody has school off, basically in most of the state. And, so we just had it. We, did a bunch of family stuff. We didn't travel the way some people did. My, son had some colleges to go check out. But in the end, it was kind of nice because for me, I don't have to get up super early for my job. I get up super early to run kids around to school. And so what I could do is I could go into this week, wrapping up the break, well rested and all that kind of horse shit, or I could run myself into the ground a little bit playing some Darklands. I don't think that's a door, but let me just double check. So like I was saying, since we've only encountered bears, I'm going to guess we are doing the Kobold Dwarf War. I wonder if there's a way. I tried just a quick test of YouTube's streaming, streaming live on YouTube, and it's pretty interesting. YouTube, another bear, okay. YouTube really lets you like tweak the quality settings and stuff, and I knew this from before because one time I was running an RPG, and instead of using a virtual table, VTT, I streamed, the maps and stuff for combat. And it's pretty crazy the delay that YouTube gives on their like highest quality streaming settings. And they even say, they flat out admit like, hey, this is not for you to interact with your audience. This is just, you know, because it could be like a 15-second delay. How did we do? But Twitch seems to be pretty solid. The thing I was getting to though is that when you did YouTube, you could see your chat through OBS. And maybe there's a way to do that for Twitch as well, but I didn't see it. Probably should save again. 11, 12, 23. But I think I managed to get the stream name labeled correctly. So there we go. So at least I got like a couple of new steps correct this time. So let's see. I don't actually mind, you know, sort of exploring in battle mode like this. It's just when the pathfinding gets a little quirky, or if, like with the chest, you're just like, okay, I'm not quite sure what I'm doing wrong here, but, you know, somebody open the chest, please. Okay, 4 somehow got into... So maybe because everybody's back at work and school and stuff tomorrow, and I have to get up anyway to run people around, I might try in the mornings to tackle something for next Friday. What I'll do is I'll sort of see how it goes, and then it's not letting me move, probably because of marching order. I'll see how it goes. I'll let Patrick and Matt take a look at it, and they're like, oh, hey, that really sucks. And I'll be like, oh, perfect. And then just pretend it never happened. I've been doing a lot of prep for Star Trek Adventures Captain's Log, which is their solo and co-op module. And I think I have much of it together. I think I have most of it together. But there's a couple of things, and I mean, again, it's all optional. It's not like we actually need any of it. But it's if I were running it, it's what I would want as the GM, I guess is how I look at it. And then we can either use it or ignore it. And that's fine. That's one of the things about being like an over prepper is you have to be ready for the prepping that you do to never get used. Okay, so I just hit a trap. I don't know if it was something I could have seen on the floor. I don't think so. But I have to confess, because, you know, we actually talked about, you know, like the eclectica of RPGs on A Damn Fine Coffee. For some reason, I was like, you know, what's this trophy dark, trophy loom, trophy gold business all about? And so I gave that a look. I've been trying to, as part of like learning how to prep, part of the reason why I like to do it is because I like to try and learn a bunch of different things. And so I was trying to learn some macro coding, and it's going very poorly. And so what I often do is I try and find other macros that people have put together. You know, you can ask, you know, on the Discord, Founder's got a great, they call it Macro Polo, obviously spin on Marco Polo. And there's a lot of great help that you get there. But the trick with, okay, so this is the destination we're trying to get to, this door with fire behind it. We're going to, in theory, get asked a riddle. So let's get up here. Let's save real quick. 22, 42. And the trick with trophy, at least trophy dark, is you need to be able to roll D6s, some dark, some light. Now, with things like Dice So Nice, you can just, you can choose the color of your dice, but, there's a way you can actually set it as like a script. You just, okay, we're going to get our bumps now because it's going to take into account everything we've done over the course of this quote unquote combat, which is the level. So any advancements we got from the various fights. Kicks in now. Okay. A grim iron door blocks your way. Above the door is carved, "All statements are true. Name Tifson's folk to open the door." On the door are embossed 6 statements. 1. All kobolds love to drink rust wine. 2. Tifson is Hundit's child. 3. Hourly, Tifson calls out the correct time from the depths of his lair. 4. Tifson is either a gnome, dwarf, or a kobold. 5. Hundit hates rust wine. 6. No gnome is ever truthful. You ponder, then say. So here's the thing I can't remember. It's the same riddles the first time, and this riddle I actually successfully got. Okay, here we go. So it does give you the choices while letting you still see the answers. That's what I wasn't sure about, if it would sort of go to the next screen. Okay, so is Tifson a dwarf, a gnome, a kobold, or nothing? We give up and walk away humiliated. So what do we know? All kobolds love to drink rust wine. Tifson is Hundit's child. Let's jump down a little bit. Hundit hates rust wine. So one thing we know is that Hundit cannot be a kobold. Tifson is Hundit's child. So most likely Tifson is not a kobold. No gnome is ever truthful. But Tifson calls out the correct time from the depths of his lair. So it means that Tifson must be a dwarf. Let's see if we're right. The door slides open. A stunted figure steps forth out of the shadows. You finger your weapons, ready for anything. Now, Matt is probably wondering where that was when he ran a riddle past us in Menace Under Otari, and Patrick and I just shat the bed for 35 minutes until just dumb luck won the day. But sometimes that's how it gets done. An aggressive-looking dwarf glowers at you, his eyebrows bristling. You feel uneasy about him, so you brusquely push past him, going deeper into the mine. Ask him why the dwarves harass the miners, attack him at once. Seems a lot. And then that is a dwarf. So Matt asked in the chat, what is that? That is what the dwarfs look like in this game. So again, this is more based on from my understanding, German folklore. So it's not going to be the traditional Scottish dwarf. Let's ask why the dwarfs are harassing the miners. Grumpily, the dwarf says, "Malachi, Fimbulejig. Humans and kobolds have acted in friendship, but we dwarves have not. Now that the kobolds have sought to rebel from our mastery, we knew the humans must stop. Now the troubles in the mines make sense. The dwarves feared lest the kobolds would be assisted in their rebellion by the miners. If you could somehow end the rebellion, the miners' trouble would be over." So this side of the conflict is, hey, we own slaves. And if you could just help us keep doing that, that'd be great. So I prefer to side with the kobolds. The trick with it is that siding with the dwarves, I think, makes it easier. Okay, an aggressive-looking dwarf glowers at you, his eyebrows bristling. You feel uneasy about him, so we're going to push past him. Sneering, the dwarf replies, "Othniel Higgledy. Unwelcome trespassers, never could you and we ever be friends. Have you forgotten how you and the kobolds would us like to overthrow, our rule to end?" Sort of like a little drunk Yoda word order going on. You ponder his words about the kobolds and move on. Okay. So I think we can travel in single file. And you can see there's a ladder right there. So hopefully it lets us use the ladder near the stairs. So let's see how we do the stairs. Use doors, stairs. There we go. Open? How do you open a door? Oh, use door. Okay. There we go. Let's get out into the hallway. And maybe the dwarves wouldn't be quite so bad now because I've got better weapons and better armor. But when we did it the first time, it was a wreck. So again, quickly save scum because I'm not above it. 2248. Okay. And yeah, let's start clearing this map. So now again, if I have to do what I did last time and take the coward's way out, I can leave, if I can find my way out, I can completely leave, go to Aachen, heal up in the inn, come back, and the enemies will be cleared out. The fog of war will be lifted. It might even be a different layout. It might procedurally generate the level, but we won't, in theory, have to deal with the enemies. So if nobody wonders why it takes 18 months for you to clear the mines, then that is a tactic you can use. Now, in theory, spiders should not give us too much trouble. Finally. All right, somebody's putting some damage on it. Nice. So, like I was saying, I lose my train of thought pretty easily. And if you've watched these, you have heard that many a time. But so looking at Trophy Dark, because that sort of caught my eye because I was sort of, I've been doing a lot of prep for Star Trek, but I'm done reading it. I want to see Star Trek at some point in action because I'm having some first reactions, some first impressions. I'm like, I don't know this single aspect here or that aspect there. So then I started reading Trophy Dark and I read Trophy Loom, but Trophy Loom is basically just a collection of random tables to help flesh out either Trophy Dark, which is the one-shot version of it, or the Trophy Gold, which is the sort of campaign edition. And it's sort of an interesting idea. The one-shot especially is basically, this is an adventurer that's about to go on his or her last adventure because they go too far, if that makes sense. So the idea, like, all right. Just taking it right in the teeth. The idea with Cyberpunk is that, it's your last run. I think this is sort of the idea. It's your last. I wonder why there's a door here. It's your last adventure, but for other reasons. It's because you're going to sort of succumb to something. You're supposed to play to lose in a way. So I thought that was an interesting aspect, an interesting angle. The setting's pretty cool. And I've heard some people say that, if you want to, my RPG books are over here. I know I've probably mentioned that in a few things, but I've heard that there's some potential connection between Symbaroum from Free League and Trophy. Not that they're like in the same setting or something like that, but that something might have meant, like Trophy might have at one point been some kind of, I don't even know what, some kind of book that was meant to be part of the Symbaroum line, but don't quote me on that. There's a slight similarity to the setting and feel. But then at the end of the day, so they have this interesting mechanic where you sort of set up dice pools of D6s. Okay, let's see what's coming at us. A couple of spiders. But it's also just, PBTA. And it got me realizing that in some way or another, I feel like we've been doing a lot of PBTA, which might not be a good thing or a bad thing. It's, indifferent. But, and Trophy does a thing where, you can build up light dice, dark dice. And, if the dark is higher than the light, that means something. And then, you can sort of resist the pull of darkness and blah, blah, whatever. But it did make me realize, we're doing a lot of D6s where, 4s and 5s are partial successes and et cetera, et cetera. Entity didn't have that. It was doing like more of an Iron Sworn setup. But if you realize, I don't know, like that's sort of, if you get one D10 under the number, but not the other one, that's like a partial success. If you get both D10s under the number, that's, so it ends up having sort of similar results. But at some point, like don't all dice on some level. Let's see, it's now 22:54. Anyway, regardless, it was kind of an interesting to give it a read. And then I just picked up, I gotta look it up. It's the Gumshoe Sword and Sorcery book. I was peeking at the PDF, but I got the hard copy as well. I really prefer the hard copies. To give it a proper toilet read on the toilet. I think let's see, let me go to Gumshoe real quick. It's called Sword of the Serpentine, and I'm kind of curious to see what's that. Because I for some reason, I don't know what to make of Gumshoe, and the simple answer would be to play it, but there's just no way I'm going to take the easy road. So I'm just going to continue to speculate about what could or couldn't be the case. And but for some reason, this one jumped at me. Like I'm going to be running a spy game at some point, and it's a mix of Night's Black Agent, some Delta Green, some Fall of Delta Green. And at one point I was like, should I have just done this in Gumshoe? But I was nervous to do that because I've never run Gumshoe before. And I didn't want like a homebrew that I'm really excited to run be the first thing I did and then just sort of trip and fall on my face. Let me see. The path is blocked by an iron door. Embossed on it is the legend, abscess to find laughing, hijinks unopened, erstwhile, the font. Erstwhile rhythm stubble. The path lies with the word that belongs not. Each word is placed on a raised knob. Which knob should you press? The wrong one may release a terrible trap. You ponder, then press. Okay. Abscess to find laughing, hijinks, unopened, erstwhile rhythm stubble. The path lies with the word that belongs not. So looking over this, okay. So one thing I was like, do all letters have like a double of one letter? Abscess has 2 S's, define has 2 E's, laughing 2 G's, hijinks 2 I's, unopened has 2 E's, erstwhile has 2 E's, rhythm has 2 H's, stubble has 2 B's. So that didn't take anything off the table. Let's see what else is going on with these words. 6, 6. Nope, it quickly goes beyond 6. Abscess has 6, define has 6, rhythm has 6, Unopened has 8. Erstwhile has 9. Stubble has 7. Let me see. Abscess has 6. Define has 6. Laughing has 8. Hijinks has 7. So we've got 6, 6, 8, 7. Unopened is 8. Erstwhile is ERS. That's 9. Rhythm is 6. Stubble is 8. So Erstwhile is the only one that has 9, but I don't know if that's enough to pull it from the list. The path lies with the word that belongs not. So the nice thing about having the clue book is, technically speaking, I could just look up the answer. And in real life, what I would do is I'd probably sit here for 20 minutes banging my head against the wall, but I would enjoy the process of banging my head against the wall. Here's another pattern that jumped out at me. Like, abscess starts ABC, define is DEF, hijinks is HIJ, but that falls apart as well. So let me just, I'm not proud of this, but I think we're doing the Dwarf Kobold War. Where do we do? So one thing it does seem to sort of slightly randomize the puzzles. This was not the puzzle I had. The first puzzle I did have. This second puzzle is not one I encountered. So let me just see. That's interesting. They do have a decent number of puzzles here for the doors. So that's kind of nice. So one of the things I might have said before is that there's only 3 stories to see. Answer 46. They only have 3 stories for the thing. So it could get a little repetitive going through, but oh, okay. So I wasn't completely on the wrong path. So what I was saying is that abscess as ABC, define as DEF, hijinks as HIJ. And then I said, well, that falls apart though. The problem isn't that it doesn't fall apart if you look through the whole words. It doesn't have to be where it begins. So like, laughing has GHI, unopened has NOP, erstwhile has RST, and stubble has STU. So the only one that doesn't have 3 words and letters in a row from the alphabet is rhythm. So I mean, that's not it's not necessarily an easy or obvious puzzle. So once more you see a short entity step up, but this time it's clearly no dwarf. Its sinewy form and gross tusks mark it as a kobold, one of the sinister mind goblins. It gibbers at, which is an interesting way to describe it because it sounds like there's some kind of symbiotic relationship going on with the miners. Like they sort of help each other out. You know, the miners leave them beer and they bang on the walls. We and dwarves have come to blows, so we would like you now to choose. Which one of us will you support in our fine battle? Else we'll lose. Wincing at the creature's doggerel, you think over what he has said and reply that you plan to. Again, what I want to do is I want to help the kobolds. But my understanding is that it's actually easier to defeat the kobolds. So, so we'll have to see how it goes. So yeah, so it says here, let's see. If you defeat the dwarves, the war is ended and the miners can return. In addition, the grateful kobolds will reward you with potions. Therefore, defeating the dwarves is a bit more rewarding. However, the dwarves are slightly tougher opponents. When I tried them the first time, it wasn't slightly. Wasn't slightly at all. The dwarves absolutely knocked the shit out of me. Anyway, I'm going to say that I'm going to help the kobolds and see how it goes. Help the dwarves, help the kobolds. Okay. Aha, you seek to help us. Fine. Now I shall say which door to take, for should you take the wrongful door, you shall then make a great mistake. An iron door that's rusty red will lead you into our domains. The metal door, gold filigreed, doth open into dwarf terrain. Thus, to defeat the dwarves so vile, just utilize the golden door. Once through that door, old Angerboda, lord of all the dwarf slaves, you'll meet for sure. All right. Oh, there's more. It's like, okay, that's great. Oh, no, you're still talking. Okay. The kobold chitters on. Angerboda is the only dwarf whose wrath the kobolds do respect. If you could slay or conquer him, then you, the dwarvish plans would wreck. You ask the kobold, how can we recognize Angerboda, the dwarf slave master? He retorts, fear not, you'll know old Angerboda when, perchance, he and thee should meet. He towers over other dwarves by 5 or even 7 feet, a giant dwarf. Your mind is boggled. The kobold turns and flees. You look about and see a dwarf also scurrying away around the corner. All right. Let's travel over to the ladder. And so again, when we get to the ladder, we're going to use it. Okay, so here's level 3. Okay, we're still in single file. That's great. I guess I should save. It's 2305. Nice. You know, I was saying, like, you know, we just got back, you know, it's like a week off, but this weekend in particular, the rest of the week was not too bad. The end of the week was crazy. You know, my son and wife had to travel, you know, to look at colleges. I went to a memorial service for a relative that passed away. My son had a robotics tournament today that my wife kindly, you know, chaperoned, but that meant, you know, she had to get up at like 6:30 in the morning after, you know, driving like 5 hours yesterday to get home. It's been absolutely insane. Now, honestly, like going to the memorial service, it's obviously a sad occasion, but it was nice to see family that I haven't seen. You know, you get to a point in your life, you know, basically families get together for weddings and funerals. And sadly, there's not many weddings left to be had. So, is this where I just came from? It can't be because... All right, let's see what we got. These might be dwarves. So the reality is, you know, my wife really, you know, was the champ this weekend. I had to sit in traffic getting to and from Long Island. That's, you know, it's not fun, but it's not the same as, you know, driving all over the Northeast the way my wife did. Okay, so we're chipping away. Haven't taken any damage yet. Again, remember, red is the enemy, white is our damage. And I don't mind taking damage as long as it's on our blue stamina track. So I think we're doing okay most of the way. Somebody's taking a couple hits. Is it Eckhard? Might have been Eckhard. So I think we're looking for different doors. I don't think we want to take that ladder. Let's walk around a little bit and see if we can find the gold door and the red door. Now, last time when I got to level 3, I started getting into pit traps and all sorts of stuff. So we'll see if that's the case here. So yeah, I was talking about Sword of the Serpentine, which is sort of a gumshoe sword and sorcery. And I don't know why. So I might as well, like, vampire hunting holds no interest for me as a GM. If somebody else wants to run a game with vampires and hunting, I think, like, Patrick was talking about Eat the Reich. Well, that's not really vampire hunting. That's being a vampire hunting Nazis. But from my own perspective, that doesn't do anything for me. So Night's Black Agent wasn't going to be the thing I gravitated to try Gumshoe. There's also Trail of Cthulhu, which probably is the most interesting one on its face, because I feel like, I said this a little bit, that Call of Cthulhu is sort of an interesting take on an investigation game. And I'd be curious to see what Gumshoe, because it's sort of, I feel like the original sort of game it was trying to help out was Cthulhu, Call of Cthulhu. So I was sort of like, oh, maybe that's where you start, and just sort of, so that way you sort of have like an apples to apples comparison. Okay, so let me pause and get this under control. 4 is up front. Let's start with that. Probably should not have I probably should have dealt with them a little further back, but oh well. But yeah, I thought maybe that apples to apples comparison might be a good way to give Gumshoe a shot. If I had played a lot of Delta Green, maybe Fall of Delta Green would have been the apples to apples, but I haven't. But there was something about Sword of Serpentine. I was just like, yeah, what the hell? I played a ton of fantasy games, so I feel like I would have some baseline comparison. I'm not sort of, beholden to a fantasy system. It's not like I've got, oh no, that's the fantasy system for me. Although I will say Savage Worlds for Deus Vult was a real treat, so maybe I do on some level. See, I don't think the back line can get up. Let me see if Henri can you approach? No, he can't. So I think the width of the hallway is jamming everybody up here. So, all right, there we go. Okay, we've gotten some damage there. The other thing I thought, and I don't know if this is an accurate thing to wonder, but Sword of Serpentine made it sound like it's a fantasy game, so it might a little bit more sword and sorcery, a little more actiony. And if that was the case, then maybe the resource management that I've heard about, but I don't know anything about directly, could be interesting. Because you're managing more than just skills for investigating. But then I was sort of reading the description of Sword and Serpentine. It's by Pellegrine. I think it's Pellegrine Press. I think I'm saying that right. It does say like this is an investigation game, so there's like, it's investigating the goings on of this, the Dark City or whatever. So there is some of that going on. It's not just a pure action, but I feel like it's going to have a lot more action than a Trail of Cthulhu might. Again, I say all this having never played a Gumshoe game, and I have no idea what I'm actually talking about. All right, so that door didn't go anywhere. Let's see where this door goes. I sort of cleared. Oh, there's more down here. Okay. So maybe I do have to go down this ladder. Now that I've lost track of where I am. Okay, another ladder down. All right. Okay, before I do anything with that, let's this might actually be a hallway here. This is something that threw me in the last mine. I didn't know where to go, and then I realized there was some bit of, I guess, wall that wasn't actually a wall. You can see like the brown line ends. So there's a little diamond under the door. I don't know if that means anything. Party will travel individually. Let's see if we can get people inside. Basically, I'm trying to get everybody in the room so that they can fight. All right, 4, I think you're up. I don't think you can talk to NPCs on the map. But I guess that's part of what feeds like the eclectica that we talked about in the Damn Fine Coffees. You know, you get most of the way done prepping. You've read the rules a couple of times. At some point, you just, the only step left is to just play. And when you hit that point, other things start to catch your eye. At the same time, what I should be doing is I'm trying to read Masters of the Air before the complete series is out. So I have until like the spring, I think. It's going to be like the next Band of Brothers kind of production. It's going to be on Apple TV. I'm kind of curious what to make of it. The book, I'm finding interesting. It's definitely written. I'm not the most well-read when it comes to like historical, nonfiction kind of books, but I've read a few World War II books, mainly the Army at Dawn trilogy, which Atkinson, and I've read a lot of Anthony Beevor. And Masters of the Air, it definitely feels like it's sort of one of those kinds of books. It's got that sort of style to it. I don't know what other people think about Rick Atkinson's books, but I really enjoy him as an author. And so I feel like Masters of the Air is sort of going for some of what Atkinson does, but it's not quite at that level. It's still interesting. But then I saw the trailer for the Apple miniseries. And I don't know if I'm just jaded, but I was not blown away. And the reason why I was not blown away is because I felt like they were, I don't know how to phrase this. I never felt like Bands of Brothers or The Pacific was like schmaltzy Spielberg. It always felt like it was sort of, I don't know what. And, like Saving Private Ryan, I guess you could argue for a lot of the time isn't always, but it has its moment. Well, oh my God, it definitely has its moments that are like the book ending is, it's pretty rough in terms of that schmaltz. Like, oh my God. But okay. The trailer felt like it was the schmaltz. Let's see. Why am I not opening the chest? Somebody open the chest. Open chest. Oh, it's not doing it. Pick lock. Somebody pick the lock. Oh, I don't have lockpicks. Sigrun should have lockpicks, I thought. Let's back everybody up. Did I not try that on the last chest? I thought I did. So let's have Sigrun head down. So that was it. You know, the Masters of the Air trailer just kind of made me go, oh, okay. This seems a little Artifice 31. Seems a little more. Oh, I do have zinc. A little bit more of that than zinc blenda. Oh, I have tons of zinc blenda. Okay, what am I doing? I that's what I've been looking for, is zinc blenda. Got one lock pick, so let's see if she can pick the lock. Does it work? Yeah, there we go. More zinc blenda, perfect. But it goes to Zig. Why is it going to Zig? Well, whatever. Well, maybe he's the leader, but anyway. So while I should be getting through Masters of the Air, I'm like 100, 120 pages in. It's not a terribly long book. It's like if you don't count the notes and the footnotes and whatever at the end, it's like 500 pages maybe. And it's been a pretty interesting read so far, and it's been goes by nice at a nice clip. All right, so we've got this ladder down right by the entrance, and there was another ladder down, God, somewhere. I don't know where. Well, you know what? Let's I think that's a solid wall. Because again, you see like that little line along the base. It's brown because there's like differing graphics, but it's not missing, which I think is the telltale. Let's see if we can get here. No? Okay. Can we get here? I don't know where I am. I don't believe there's a button that centers on your character, which would be helpful when you're exploring. There we go. Okay. I apologize. I'm already starting to lose my voice a little bit. I don't know if iced tea is actually the best drink for that. Probably should just be doing water or hot tea with lemon or something, but yeah, talking incessantly to the point of annoying anyone who watches these things really takes a toll on my voice. All right, so I think I've gotten a bit of a clear path to the ladder furthest from the entrance. So just, for the hell of it, let's take a look there. For some of the, the last few things, like last week we put up a playthrough of Midnight Melodies, a solo RPG by Cesar Kapak. I feel so badly. I don't want to butcher his last name. And he took a peek at it, and we did some English Eerie, and the creator of that game took a peek at it, and genuinely really appreciate the games they put out and the fact that they were willing to take a look at their creations out in the wild and hopefully see that somebody was out there having a great time with them. We've been really on a streak. English Eerie. I feel. It's Troll Lord, not Troll Lord Games. Is it Troll Lord Games? My fear is that I'm confusing Trollish Delver Games. Troll Lord is the Castles and Crusades. And Scott Malthouse. I hope I'm saying some of this right. I apologize to everybody. We played Cyberpunk, and the creator of that game took a look. That was a blast. I mean, that's the thing. I feel like we've had such a good run so far in the games we've played. I don't know if anybody's actually checking them out, but hopefully, okay, so that's the red door. That's going to be the kobold path. Yeah, I'm not... okay, there I'm doing some damage finally. Although I think that one was blocking the other from attacking. So hopefully I was doing some 2-on-1 fighting there. Oh, still going on? Okay. Again, doing mostly okay except for Sigrun in the actual strength hit points. Anyway, yeah, hopefully, if you've checked out some of the games that we played. I mean, Pathfinder 2nd Edition is not some, indie dark horse nobody's ever heard of, Oh, Eckhart's about to go down. Eckhart is down. Let's get Henri up there to go down. I wonder what these creatures are. Let me just enemy info. What am I looking at? Tasselworm. Now, I feel like I've fought these before the first time, and I don't think I had that kind of trouble. Can Sigrun get in there? No. Henri's going to go down. This is nuts. Again, it's mostly stamina, but still, it's going to take him out of the fight. I don't think you can pitch camp in the wilderness, but I don't think you can in battle. You can surrender. Sigrun, let's get you up there. Woof, right away. She takes a big hit. Wow. That's nuts. So it raises the question, what do we do? Kobolds are easier, but again, kobolds are the ones I struggled with more last time. But I'm in rough shape. Let's quickly save. Save. 11, 12, 23. Mostly I'm just kind of curious to complete a mind quest. I'm almost... I don't want to say indifferent, but I'm more interested in just having one completed just to see what happens. Let's see what happens when we talk to the door. Is it another puzzle? Okay, the heavy iron door, red with rust, confronts you. This must be the entrance to the kobold realm. You approach and see a kobold through the grate. He squeaks at you. Our place, go away. You decide to... Let's leave the door untouched for now. I don't think we've explored too much of this map, right? I'm a little worried, though, about the tasselworms. I did not expect to struggle that much with them. So we'll see how this goes. I was also really hoping, what time? I've been going for an hour and 10 minutes. I don't know if I can. Oh, it's pause. Sorry. We'll see how long I can go. I do wish I had the hard copy of Sword of the Serpentine. That's not going to help. Because I'm sort of like interest peaked. So I want to ride that sort of interest while it's here. But maybe I should go finish reading Trophy Gold just to see. Nope. Oh. I don't know, just see what's up, right? What does it mean to, what does the campaign bring to it, if that makes any sense? Oh, he can't get by. Okay, can he at least get in the fight? Okay. Hopefully 3-on-1 is enough to move this along. Now, I think I have 3 Essence of Grace potions, which means I'll probably be able to heal up. I wonder if she can mix alchemy on the fly. I don't think she can. Loot bodies. Am I not doing that? What happens if I... Yeah, I don't see anything. I'm really worried about these. There is a skill that lets you spot the traps. Let's get Sigrun up near the chest again. Now, she's super injured, but she's the locksmith, so let's see how it goes. Oh. I do wish it remembered who's been your choice. It's interesting how long it takes to save the game. I never quite understand how DOSBox works, like if it's emulating certain things at a certain speed because that's just how the computers were back then, or if it... I really have no idea. Yeah, see, it's like it's not registering that mirror chest anymore. I don't even care. Which is frustrating because I feel like last time, isn't that how I got some good alchemical stuff? Whatever. I mean, it makes sense that, you can use stairs or a door as a group, and whoever's nearest will open it. So I don't know why it's not working for a chest, but that's fine. All right, let's head over here. Keep exploring the level. Wow. So yeah, last time when I cleared a mine, I got to the bottom, got to the boss of the kobold level. There was a like an alchemist throwing potions at me. That was okay. And then there was just sort of this unending wave of kobolds. And I don't know if I just couldn't kill them fast enough, or I don't know what the trick was. But in the end, I was just like, yeah, like they would eventually overwhelm me because I couldn't keep up. All right, there's a ladder down. Wow. Oof, Sighard. Taking heat. Part of what's going to make me choose to attack the kobolds is just survivability, not wanting to leave and then come all the way back down here, finding my way around. Because I think, again, the levels are going to change, or the fog of war disappears to the point where I don't remember. It resets to the point where I don't remember what's what. Yeah, let's see what's over here. I don't know if there's too much left. Yeah, there's something there. Okay. Did I not open that door? Okay, so there's some stuff to the north here we still have to uncover. What else has been jumping out at me at the Eclectica level? Over on our Discord, I don't know where it's a good way to put it. It's open to anybody. I know there's a link. If you go to our YouTube channel and you go to the show notes, I know it's in there. Maybe I should put it elsewhere. But Pete over on our Discord, mentioned that as of this recording, I don't know when this will go up on YouTube, but I'm recording this on November 12th. We've been doing a bunch of solo games, and he pointed out that the solo rules for Hostel, sort of the grunge industrial sci-fi setting from Zozer Games, Zozer, I believe, that is meant for the Cepheus Deluxe system, or the Cepheus system. It doesn't have to be Deluxe, I guess. They were on sale, so I took a look at those as well. I picked those up. I haven't peeked through them too much, but Cepheus Deluxe, I believe, has a solo rule set, but Cepheus is meant to be like a sort of traveler kind of game, which is great, but I really like what Zozer Games did with Hostel. You can sort of picture it as, it can be like the setting from Alien, the first Alien movie, but without the xenomorphs, if you want it to be. It could take inspiration from like the movie Outland, but it's sort of like this grimy industrial sci-fi, which I just love as a setting. So having solo rules for it kind of makes it intriguing. Now, I don't know how the other guys, what's here? Anything? I don't know how the other guys feel about solo rules, but the idea I like about solo rules is playing cooperatively. I don't know that I would. Is there anything here? I don't know if I would ever just sit there and journal a game myself. I did do Entity in a solo run, and doing it in this medium I thought was good. But that was so mechanical that it was easy to do. Let's try down here. But yeah, the idea of running, I mean, I'd like to run Hostel anyway, but the idea of co-oping it is also, if there's a way to, if part of the solo rules also makes it a little more one-shotty, that could be kind of interesting. I know Vaesen, just released solo rules. That's interesting in a way. Again, because of the potential to co-op it, not because I necessarily play solo. I don't know what it says about me, but the most fun I've had with the solo games is running it as a GM and a player, the way Matt ran English Eerie and I ran Midnight Melodies. All right. Oh, what are you doing? 4. Get in the... Oh, okay. 1, let's pull you back. Can I not? Oh, this is messed up. I mean, luckily, C-Card's putting some hurt on him, but nope, I need you to pull back. 4, pull back. So that 1 can pull back. Can he pull back? I don't know if there's like a fighting retreat kind of thing. Man. So what I should be doing... What I should be doing is I should be leaving, going to Aachen, healing up, coming back, and then just slogging my way back down. But I gotta tell you, that's what made, well, I mean, that's kind of what made me sort of lose interest in the mine the first time. I was like, okay. And again, it's sort of my own fault for maybe not coming down as prepared as I should be. Again, I've kept thinking I needed to find alchemical reagents, and, you know, I might have had them the whole time. But I think part of that might have been, there's different levels of quality for potions. So you can make like a 25 quality Essence of Grace, and you can make like, say, I'm making this number up, but like a 42 quality or whatever. And obviously the 42 requires a higher skill, but it also requires different reagents. And so maybe I was just looking at the wrong one. My fear is that I have the ingredients, the alchemical reagents for the 42 quality, but not the skill to make them. And so then I'm still sort of out of luck because I don't have the stuff I need for the 25 quality. Let's see. We'll have to see though. So I'm going to save the game, and I'm going to be a jerk. I'm going to go to this door and see what's up. Okay. Bursting through the rusty red door, you see a mob of seething kobolds waving tools and weapons. You try and greet them, but they gibber. We see that we were foolish folk to ever trust a human's word. Now you've betrayed, attacked us here. We'll have to put you to the sword. Uh-oh. Evidently, breaking into the kobolds' realm has offended them. Who knew? With a shrill battle cry, they charge. You must fight. Woof. That's a lot. Let's see what happens. Sigrun. Let's get you going. Help clear Henri's flank. Again, kobolds are not the hardest enemies, but as you can see, there's just a mess of them. And I'm hovering around 7 hit points, 3 hit points. Sigrun's gone. Okay. Let's leave. Let's load. Okay, we're looking for... What I'm going to do is I'm going to clear some of these. Delete. Yeah. Delete. Yeah. Delete. Yeah. We're looking to 2300. 2345. Did I put the time down wrong? That's the last timestamp, but that's not... Let me see what that is. But it's not 11:45 yet, so that's what I'm a little nervous about. 11, 12, 23. Oh, that was 11, 9. Okay, that's why. So let's delete that. 11, 9, 11, 9, 11, 9, 11, 9. Okay, we're looking for 11, 12, 23, 40. I think that's it. So I'm going to... oh, crap. Well, this sucks. I didn't... I'm a little concerned because I haven't done the fight. Like, I'm not sure why it's forcing me into the fight before I've talked to the door. Because what I was going to do is I was going to drink my Essence of Grace potions, heal up, and see what happens. So we definitely need Henri. Okay, Henri Sigurd. Okay. Okay, Essence of Grace. We're going to drag one to Henri. We're going to drag one to Sighard. Use? Is that how it works? How do you use a potion? Arm? Oh, P, potion. Okay. Okay, Henri's going to drink his Essence of Grace. And then Sighard. It's not as much as I was hoping. But as again, you can see why. Oh, Zinc Blade. Let's give those to Sigrun. But you can see why, you want to get like hundreds of these going. Okay. Right? Yeah, this is still the level before. Okay. So I don't understand why we had to fight. Okay, maybe it's this fight here. Let's see how we do. I don't think we're going to have what it takes to get through, but let's see how it goes. I probably should have named that one differently, like about to attack door, just so I knew which timestamp to... Well, no, because it still put me in the fight. Can 4 get in the fight? Can't tell. I don't think so. I think it's a one-on-one because the hallway is jamming us up here. I was about to say Sighard's not, maybe, but, he's not any better off than Eckhard, really. He's a little worse off, but... So weird. Whoa, whoa, whoa. What are you doing? It's so weird because, like, this is so much worse than... Let's see. Sigrun, pull back. Henri, pull back. 4. So my fear is that he won't be able to pull back. Number 1 won't be able to pull back. At the same time, he can't... So it's not like I can reposition him to get other people to help out. So I feel like you're sort of... Why can't he move? You're sort of trapped in a weird way, right? Like in a game like Icewind Dale, it would let you reposition so you could help a guy out. Here it seems to lock him into... I feel bad. It's tough. I just don't want to go all the way up and then go all the way back. Okay, let me save. Call this, let's see, 11, 12, 23, second red door. Timestamp is less important because I sort of know what I'm talking about. It's what I'm describing. Let's see, individually, single file. I'm hoping this is the final battle, but before you are teeming kobolds. Man towers over them. It must be the leader that the dwarf spoke of. If you can defeat him, the kobolds' rebellion will be crushed. The grateful dwarves will no doubt return to the mine to its human owners, and you will win. Knowing this, you choose to. Okay, so before I go in, we're doing the dwarf kobold war. So let's just take a quick... I don't think it gives any insight as to what to do. Okay, so we did gnomes. Okay, so those stone things weren't dwarves, those were gnomes. Gnomes and tatzelworms. Ladder down and red door. The ladder down leads to a deep connecting passage that should be avoided. We did. The red door is the official entrance to the kobold realm. Blah, blah, blah. You descend to the final fight with the kobolds and their leader, a powerful alchemist who not only throws battle potions, but has also used potions to increase the fighting power of the kobold guard. If you defeat these, the war is over. Now, the problem was last time they just kept coming. So let's just see what happens. We can parlay. The human steps forward. We can accept only on one condition. You must help us defeat the dwarves and the dreadful Angerboda. We're going to attack. Let's just give it a shot. We saved. Okay, so this is what happened last time. They would just keep spawning from that pit. Where's the guy? I don't see the alchemist. Last time he was far off in a corner, because the trick with alchemy is wherever you aim is where you hit when you throw. So there's no skill really involved in throwing potions, from my understanding. And a lot of things I learned about this, I learned from watching Josh Sawyer's playthrough. And if you remember, Josh Sawyer is Pillars of Eternity, Fallout 3, Icewind Dale 2, Pentiment. He makes a lot of games that I really like, so I enjoyed very much watching his take on it. Because I have a lot of respect for him as a game designer. And so a lot of... Okay, you can see they're just still coming, right? We're holding our own, but I just don't know how to stop them. And I don't know where the alchemist is. And this is what happened last time, is that they just kept coming till I was all dead. And I don't know what... If you just have to outlast them. But you can see they're still spawning. And eventually I'm going to start going down, like Henri's down. Luckily not dead, but down. I assume Sigrun's going to go down because she's getting like 3-on-1 over there. And I just don't know where the alchemist is. And even killing the alchemist the first time didn't stop. Sigrun's also down. Did not stop them from spawning. And so I tried to look it up on the internet, and I couldn't find anything. The game's too old. So now I don't know what happens if you go down from stamina loss and not strength. Last time I actually had people physically die in terms of the strength, not passing out. Okay, so here's the thing. Like, if no more spawn and Sieghart can hang in there, everybody should wake up. There we go. I didn't see the human, though. Victory is yours. The human leader of the kobolds is dead, and suddenly dwarves pour into the hall from behind to take control. One of them turns to you and says, "You have our gratitude for what it's worth, for you've crushed the rebellion, and so we have won. Dead is their leader. Their hopes are all shattered. We'll give you our thanks now for what you've done." So I don't feel good about this victory. Like, this is not the side I wanted to tackle. But at least now I know it's not that they spawn endlessly. It's just you gotta do it. You just have to outlast them. Okay. You tell the dwarf, "We want you to leave the mines to the humans now. We've helped you win. Now you must help us." Grudgingly, the dwarf replies, "Justice you ask for? I guess we'll provide it, for evil and gratitude's always a sin. Thus we'll relinquish all claims to the mine. All its fruits can be yours, for we'll gladly give in." He has agreed. You've won. The dwarfs leave, and you are alone. You poke around the mines to ensure the dwarfs are truly gone and find no trace of them. Even their traps are dismantled. The mine can be reopened. You return to the miners' camp. The miners greet you, hopeful that you have succeeded. It feels wonderful to be back among humans. Ecstatic at your success, the miners pour out of their shacks and rejoice with you. Their leader comes forth with a number of small leather sacks. "To make our gratitude more tangible, please accept these as our gift." You look inside the sacks, and each contains a different type of valuable mineral from the mines. There are 10 sacks in all. You stammer out your thanks, and the miners cheer and wave as you return to the outside world. There we go. So I think the mine itself is gone. Like, I don't think you can return to that mine. I think it's just, that's it. So let's get back to my fear is that I can't get into the city. Okay, we've got 126. Okay, we got a little coin, so we can get in at least. You can see we're respected. You know, when you do something big like clear a mine, take down a Rowbritter, it really does impact what you're doing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the door. I'm going to do what I always do. I'm going to try and sneak in, try and talk my way in. Broad daylight. Charm. Nope. Okay, so now we're just going to pay the toll. Can I save here? What I should one of the gates leading out of the city. Let's go to the inn. And I think we don't have a lot of money, so we're gonna resident. Sieghart's gonna rest, and we're gonna have everybody else earn. And we have to do that because we need to make some money. So you can see the money's going up while Sieghart's healing. Because let's see if we can have 2 people regain, or else we're gonna be here all day. But I just want to make sure we're still making a bit of a profit. Even if we hold steady, that's fine. I just don't want to run out of money. Henri could pray for divine favor, but 78's not bad, and it's going up, so that's okay. Okay, Sieghard can earn. Let's have Eckhard rest. Earn rest, okay. I wonder if I'm going to have Sigrun try some alchemy work just to see if she can mix potions. I think it's been a while since I've tried to mix potions. I don't know if I've actually ever tried to mix potions, but when you go to the menus, you can see that certain kinds of potions can actually explode. So, okay, so we've got everybody earning except for Sigrun, who's the last one to heal. I can't believe we got through that. That was good. It burned through our Essence of Grace potions. That's a little upsetting, but hopefully now Sigrun's getting the stuff that she needs to start making some. But I'm glad we finally cleared a mind, because I was just, after the last one, I was really sort of irritated, I guess, not to be overdramatic. I'm looking for Essence of Grace, and I thought I had, this is bad. I thought I had the formula. Maybe I don't have the formula for it. Let's do something else. Let's leave. Let's see if we can exit to the main street. And let's see if we can do some more studying. Okay, we're going to make a donation of 2 groschen. And okay, so we've got Willahad, James, George, and Columbus. So Columbus first. So next time I tackle a mine, I'll try and make it a point to do the dwarves just to see if it's even doable. Okay, first is Columba. Endurance, strength, charisma bonuses, perception negative. Weapon currently in use, a bit of a bonus. Columba reduces perception. Next up is George. Yeah, I got to figure out where to put the Discord invite if people want to jump in. Basically, we're trying to make it a place where there's not a lot of people there at the moment. That's okay. We're trying to make it a place where people can just discuss RPGs. Maybe run into each other and run into other players, jump on Discord, run online games, stuff like that. Let's see. St. George is a bonus to strength, agility, weapon skill, and ride. Next up is James. I guess James the Greater heals endurance, strength, bonuses to strength and endurance, charisma, virtue is a big bump. And then finally, Willahad. Pardon me, for some reason, and I don't know why, is leaning towards George. Willahad is agility, ride, woodwise, and helps prevent ambushes. Yeah, for some reason I'm looking at George, I think. Big bump to weapon skill, which we actually don't need, but a big bump to ride, which maybe could be useful. Big bump to strength, agility. Yeah, why not? Let's see if there's anything else. Basically, I need alchemical business. Tutoring. Leaving. Let's see if we can head down to... Oh, it's nighttime. Let's head to the inn. There's not a university, so that's not an issue. Let's head to the guilds. Less violent pursuits. Astrologist. Can we purchase? Trade? Okay, here's the problem. I want to sell first, just so we have a little bit of money in case we can buy something. Okay, we're looking at 28 quality is not bad, but we're not going to buy anything because we have 37 quality back in Nuremberg. can't sell this, can you? No. I think pure gold is alchemical, so you don't want to get rid of that. Orpiment, I don't want to get rid of. It's a nice group of alchemical stuff. I wonder how that... So here's the thing. I have a halberd for Henri that's really good quality, and he's really good with it, but I wanted him to use a shield. So do I sell the halberd? I don't even know what shield he's using, large or small. Medium shield, okay. What's the large shield? 30 quality. What's the medium shield? 15. Oof, that's crap. What's his weight? Is that why I'm doing it? Okay. Yeah, let's do the large shield. Let's sell the medium shield. I'm going to keep the harp because I think he has certain prayers that work better with music. Oh, she still has 2 Essence of Grace. Okay. I wonder why that wasn't showing up. Honestly, who cares? But okay, I was going to say, why has he got a military hammer of 24? But no, he's got a great hammer. Let me just make sure that's what he's using. Yeah, he's got that. So a lot of times you get like 37 quality is really good, but you can get 46 quality as like rewards for helping people out. And that's what happened in this case. We helped out caravans being attacked, and we got a 40-something quality brass handgun and a 40-something quality great hammer. But let's sell this. Is he using like 9 quality armor? Because that's not good. Maybe that's part of the problem. He is. Okay. So we got 588. Let's go back to the alchemist and see if we can have any luck here. Ugh, okay. Again, I don't know why this keeps happening. If there's a way to get around it, if it's a skill check that we keep failing. So I'm going to take a main gate out of the city. I'm going to save, and then we'll call it here. Okay, we couldn't sneak out, so we'll just walk out. We'll save. It is now 11, 13, 23, 0006. So yeah, thanks again if you've checked this out. Again, my intention is whenever I play this, my intention is to stream it on Twitch and then put the recording up on YouTube. But, and so hopefully that keeps working out. But again, it's a little easier. If I don't stream it on Twitch, then I can like stop, chop it up. I don't have like dead air and stuff if I have to step away for a moment. But again, thanks for checking this out. If you have been checking this out, I clearly love this game and I think there's a lot to it. Although I feel like there's not a lot for me to do at this point except for pursue the main quest of like the demonic castle. Because, we've tackled robber barons, we've tackled a mine. Oh, there's the mine. We've sort of done... I wonder what happens if you go back to the mine. We've done a lot of the big things that we haven't beaten the wild hunt. Wait, is it back to being a problem? Wow, okay. Is the reason why I was having trouble finding orpiment because I wasn't trying to shop at mines? Is that the whole thing? Is it just at mines and that's it? I mean, at least that's because I was going through a couple of different towns and I just could not find them. I'm gonna leave. And it's not personal, but I just literally just did that. Okay, I need to actually save again. I didn't mean to go do something else. Oh wait. Okay. Anyway, yeah, my intention is whenever I play this, I'm gonna, see if I can stream it on Twitch, get a little bit going on here. But otherwise, thanks again. We're Black Lodge Trivia Night. Our main thing is actual plays of tabletop RPGs. We have another one coming out. Well, I'm not sure what's coming out this Friday because we had to miss last Thursday's recording, but we'll figure something out. But our most recent playthrough was Midnight Melodies. It's a solo RPG that Matt and I sort of ran through together. Had a great time. We also have podcast, Damn Fine Coffee, which is sort of like a topical RPG discussion, and the Bookhouse Boys, which is sort of just taking a dive into a book that's on our shelf and talking about what we like about it, talking about some of the things that are inside, the mechanics, etc. But otherwise, hope everything's going well, and we'll get back to this soon. Thanks again. Bye-bye.